it's a cuddle fest in here every goddamn day. Like if I film my house, you get sick. It's fucking crazy. Like there's
I threw
kisses and
up in my
hugs.
mouth a little bit when you said cuddle fest, but that's a different thing.
Yeah, no, I hear you, but I mean, it's just it's a lot of love in here, and
Yeah,
and nothing's about judgment here. Like
right.
my wife is tattooed, has short hair with, and it's green now. She has what else can I tell you about my wife? But these are things that it's like I like her for that because she's her own person, right? She's not worried about what someone thinks.
Right.
I mean, and listen, to a degree that was true, right? uh but as she grows older, she becomes less and less of that, and a lot of that,
Sure.
I think, it becomes is because of the home that she lives in, because there's support here, there's never judgment here, right? Like,
Yeah.
just like I'm a dick sometimes when I'm depressed, and that's my reaction to it, and she copes with it, she helps me through it, because she doesn't look at me and go, oh well, you're just being a lump on a log, because she understands that. And so
Right.
that's what has to happen whenever you're dealing with these issues as adults. You have to have that compassion, and that, if you want a relationship to work, right, you have to have that compassion and that understanding, and that, all right, let's get through this together, because otherwise what the fuck is the point, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't
and
it? Isn't it kind of obvious that in a relationship, the key factor is a feeling of rowing in the same direction?
yeah,
And when you don't have that, when there's a disharmony, I think that's part of where it springs from. There's many other factors, and we'll talk about the persistent rumor of marriage
ha
another
ha
time,
ha.
uh,
I like how you do it.
because
Little
because
sauce.
because I'm not against marriage, but the mythology around marriage is complete horseshit.
No,
you know,
absolutely.
it's
So
like
today,
it came up from like fucking druids and shit. Like,
you know
why are we
so
still going for this?
today's actually my wedding anniversary, and I spent most of my
5 years.
yeah.
It was
So
a beautiful ceremony. I'll tell you, whoever performed it was stunning, articulate, and beautiful to watch.
uh, at any rate,
And for the people that don't know, I
yeah,
performed the wedding.
yes. At any rate,
Chocolate Yoddah is an ordained clergy. Call me for details and pricing.
you can have you can have a local celebrity doing your wedding.
You know what?
uh,
I'm gonna
I
have to
could,
fucking make that a business thing.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, hey, do it. I'll run your security detail. That's it.
That's funny. Once again, happy anniversary. It was, uh, you know, I'd have to say that up until your wedding, I was convinced that no wedding could get better than my second wedding, and because I had so much fun.
Yeah,
You were there, you saw,
yeah, yeah,
right? It was a blast. You were an usher. Well, I'm sorry, you were the usher.
yeah.
I don't want to make it seem more extravagant than it was. So it was a fun wedding. We had karaoke, and um, I decided that we were going to enjoy the day. We weren't. If anything went wrong, talk to the people running shit. Don't talk to us. Don't bother us with anything. And we had a blast as a result. And I will say that your wedding is at the very least tied with that experience. It was so much fun, and it was absolutely beautiful. And I know guys will cringe when I'm talking like this, but it was a beautiful experience. And of course, I had a unique perspective because I was the officiant, and I was the one that actually married you two. But everything even after that, the way the setting was beautiful, the lighting was stunning when we were outside, and then we had so much fun inside at the reception. We didn't have to drive anywhere for the reception. We just turned around and went into the place.
Yeah.
And it was just a blast. And the we don't talk that much about each other so far. I'm sure we will as time goes on, but you know one of the most indicative things of who you are as a human being is the people that you are surrounded with. um it's that crowd of people. It was just, and I'm getting choked up thinking about it, it's weird, but that crowd of people, it was just pure love.
Yeah.
There was no disharmony, there was no discord, no negative energy to be had anywhere. Just like, because you couldn't see the crowd behind you
Yeah. Yeah.
when I was
Right.
when I was
Yeah.
performing the ceremony, right? But when you look at the faces of those people, it was just, your daughter's there, your mother's there, your brother, the extended family, the cousin, and I got to see all these people, and there was just, how, again, like we were talking earlier, no one didn't seem like they were not right. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
everything meshed, and it's a testament to who you are. You are a beautiful human being, and you surround yourself with beautiful human beings. So
Because you're
thank
a
you for that
beautiful human being.
experience.
It's my pleasure. The great thing about our wedding is that we planned it with a very small budget. It was under 10,000, so I don't get like into this thing. And I never really believed that the heart and soul of a wedding is about how much you're spending. Although some
Of
people really
course
like
not.
lavish weddings, and if you can afford it, great. But I've seen so many people get themselves into like really financial like hardship just to try to get like this big wedding done, and it's like, man, do you want to start your life together with like $50,000 in debt for a wedding, for a party? Like, it's a little bit much, right? And so we decided that no, we're gonna keep it low budget. And man, my wife went to work. She did everything, and she did not care. She was like, yeah, that's perfect, that's more than enough, so we're cool. I was
Yeah.
like, word, all right. And I thought I was gonna get
And
shit
she
about it, but no.
sang, and who was the young lady that sang
That was
Somewhere Over the
so
Rainbow?
Yeah, so that was she did the ukulele too and all that
Yeah,
stuff with it.
yeah.
So
So we
that
don't have to say her name, but yeah, that was just beautiful.
so yeah, so basically how I met my wife, it was uh I was a I was doing like home computer repairs, right? I was working for like a break fix company at the time, and we would go to homes and businesses, but in this case, it was a home where she worked as a nanny. And so the girl that played ukulele was the girl that she nannied. That was how we
Oh,
that was
wow. I
how
didn't
we
know
met.
that.
Yes. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
wild. I can't imagine why I didn't know that, but that's amazing.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. What it was. She's in college now. It's
Wow,
so
talk about
surreal.
full circle. Holy shit.
When I met her, she must have been maybe 10, 11, something like that. I don't remember, but she was just this young girl. And I remember that I see that she's home and she's alone and she's panicked when I knocked on the door, and I didn't even go in. I said, okay, are your parents home and this and that? And she was like, no. And I was like, okay, no, no, it's okay. Listen, I'm going to be in my car. When they get home, I will wait for them. Just let me know. Okay. And she starts calling in a panic bot. Samantha comes in and she sees me get out of the car, and she's like, oh, that's why you panicked, because I'm gigantic. And
Right.
and so
Yes, for
she grew
people who
up.
don't know, you are 6'5"
Yeah.
and weigh a metric ton.
Yes. 300. I'm currently
You have
340.
yeah.
I'm currently 348. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
not.
because
It's
you
yeah.
have the
This is
density of lead.
yes. So at any rate, so here comes this young girl, and she was just freaking out because of the whole thing. And I saw Samantha just kind of like really just kneel with her and just really like, soothe her and comfort her. And she was like, bah. And I remember looking at her and going, oh, yeah, I could totally do this one.
Yeah.
Right, like, you know, like, that's it. It was just like some stupid shit in my brain that went off, and
Yeah,
then I
hey,
awkwardly,
look, it was the way nature intended, right?
yeah, and right, and that's what it is. But then, you know, I awkwardly gave her my number. She called. We dated what it was, and you know, here we are.
So
But it's
before you continue, since you mentioned the dating aspect of your courtship with Samantha, I have to brag for a moment. And I'd love to say that I hate to brag, but that's absolutely not true. So,
yeah, we know that.
so you had come off a horrific marriage. And when you got to Samantha, I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, all right, this is just the next one in the Rolodex and we'll keep it moving, right? Of course, I had not met her. I just assumed this, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
this is no reflection on her. So about 2 months into it, because you had been giving me updates. That's what guys do and women do it too, but that's what people do. You update your
yeah.
best friend about shit. And um, about 2 months in, the way you talked about her started to change, but you were not aware that that was happening
Okay.
because
Which,
you were just saying it. There was no sense that I had that you were taking stock of what you were saying to me. You were just saying it to say it.
right.
And I remember, and we were on the phone at the time, and I was like, "You're gonna marry this chick," and you were like, "What?" I was like, "You're gonna marry this chick."
Yeah.
So I knew before you did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Way before I did. Because
And then I also predicted that you would have a child with her within 2 years, and you did.
yeah, no, absolutely, and it's been a blast. But I'm really glad the Nostradamus in you, or the Negrodamus in you, is it was quite accurate on that.
Yeah.
But the thing with me, that I think what took me off guard when you said that was that I just came off the shitty ass wedding. Why am I going to jump back into it?
Yeah, no.
And it
Well,
just
that's
and it
why I didn't give a timeline about when you would marry her. I just
yeah,
said you would
yeah,
marry her. But and again, it was so interesting to me that you didn't know this about yourself. you
yeah.
know,
No, it's.
but
I
you
mean,
were, because the way, I've heard you talk about every relationship that you've had,
yeah,
okay? And talking about this new young woman in your life, I was like, this guy's falling in love with her and doesn't even realize it. The point is, the overarching point to all of this is that you have got yourself a phenomenal woman. She has got herself a phenomenal man. I know I'm sexually attracted to you, so I understand why she is.
yes. Oh, that never gets old. But you are handsome like the Dickens.